Rise and shine, everyone. It is 7:30 on your Thursday morning, June the 13th. We are very happy that you choose to start your day off with us. So Thursdays, we get to cover all things Gadsden State, and me, along with our viewers, are getting to learn about all of the incredible opportunities that are there right here at our local community college. So of course we have the Ayers campus, Cherokee campus, and Gadsden. And so to make sure that those students and that campus life is protected, there is now a police department at Gadsden State. And so this morning we're going to learn more about that police department. We're going to visit with Jay Freeman. He is the Chief of Police there, and Sergeant Colton Harden. So welcome, gentlemen. Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yes.
So one of the things that I've talked a lot about with some of the deans and instructors and all of these great staff that I've gotten to meet with Gadsden State, along with, of course, Dr. Murphy as well, is campus life. So, of course, when someone thinks about, a 2-year college or a community college, it's not often that you think about how cool campus life can be, and Gadsden State has that.
Yes.
And so, along with campus life, there has to be protection and public safety and making sure all the students are safe. And so that's where you two come along.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be here. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah.
We appreciate the opportunity to talk about Gadsden State Police Department Public Safety. So I can't believe July 3rd will be a year.
Has it?
Yes, ma'am. Since I have been at Gadsden State. So July the 3rd last year, I was hired as the first chief of police in the history of Gadsden State. And then I was able to hire Sergeant Harden and Sergeant Bankston in September. So they were the first 2 full-time police hires that we had. So we're moving along with that, and we've been able to hire several more since then. A lot of part-time, a couple more full-time. We're still a blended department, so we have sworn officers and non-sworn officers. There's still the security there. They're now their public safety officers. They receive a lot of training since I've been there. They'll tell you that Chief Freeman likes to train, and I do. But I do feel like that makes us better, stronger, and able to respond to things that we need to respond to.
Absolutely.
So, yes, ma'am.
So a year, it is hard to believe it's been a year. I know we spoke about you coming on a year ago, and we've talked about some of the exciting things. What was the idea behind adding a police department?
I think, obviously all the community colleges have added a police department. So there's 24 community colleges. So they've all added over a different time period. Some were quicker than others. Gadsden State's, like I said, started last year. So since I've been in that position and been able to be a part of Gadsden State and all the 3 counties and 5 campuses, it has been a real eye-opener for me to see just the resources that Gadsden State offers this region. Because, I've lived here in Gadsden and Southside my whole life, and I've been a part of Gadsden State. But when you really get to see the inside workings of Gadsden State, and you get to see, like you said, the deans, Dr. Murphy, Dr. Simmons, the staff and the faculty, it is unbelievable the resource that we have in this region with Gadsden State.
Yeah, so many opportunities,
Yes.
whether you're wanting to further your education or just change your career.
Yes.
Have you taken any classes?
I've taken some, before or after I got out of high school. So, but I do have my master's degree from the University of West Alabama. So, I always joke around with Sergeant Harden and say, I like to go back and learn a trade.
There you go. Hey, and there are so many of those to learn.
Yes.
Somebody likes to learn HVAC and electrical, and let me tell you, this man does not need to learn HVAC and electrical.
No, you don't think so?
I can do it. I can do it.
I believe in you. I've been so interested. The carpentry department is
Yes.
something, I know I've said that a few times, but I love woodworking, and I think that would be super fun.
Yes.
And all of the scholarships that are available for women in particular, with $75,000 worth of scholarships available for women who want to get into non-traditionally women-held jobs.
Yes.
I mean, it's just exceptional.
It is, and like you said, Gadsden State is a great resource for everyone, coming into the 2-year college system and having that workforce development that Dean Smith is able to provide on the academic side and the hands-on side. We're discussing yesterday about the ribbon cutting at the AMC.
Huge turnout.
Humongous turnout. and that just shows you the community buy-in at Gadsden State and how much of a resource it really is. And like I said, it was a great turnout yesterday. People from several counties that were there, and a lot of stakeholders that wanted to see that come through to fruition, and it did, and it's going to be an asset.
Yeah, congratulations to that. That ribbon cutting was incredible.
Yes.
And that advanced manufacturing. I mean,
Yes.
how cool is that?
Yes.
So y'all worked hard yesterday, making sure everything was prepared.
I'll let Sergeant Harden, if he wants to talk about the last couple of days. That
Yeah, because
so
you
we
had a lot of busy days.
we have, and we had the Board of Trustees up, and we had a meeting that we held at the AMC, and so they came in the day before. I'll let Sergeant Harden talk about some of the logistics.
The
behind
bridge, closing down the
Yeah.
bridge, how did that
The
go?
Board of Trustees coming in, the Chancellor coming in, you've got several other people with the legislature, and so they want to make it really, really nice for them coming in. So, of course, we're going to take them to Nakalula Falls, and we had a great time up there, but then we also had the bridge shut down there, the Memorial Bridge up there at East Broad, so that way we could make a big thing out there for everybody to enjoy the sunset and whatnot, and they really, really, really enjoyed it. This is the first time ever, I believe, that the Board of Trustees has ever
I think so.
housed their
It doesn't happen a
their
lot.
meeting and whatnot here at Gadsden. So I don't think that's ever happened before. So we wanted to make a big thing, and our PR department and everybody at Gadsden State, they did a great job
Yes, they did.
making that really, really good. So
They're fantastic.
Yes.
I know Jackie and her team work really
Yes.
hard to,
Right.
so shutting down the bridge and being able to see that sunset, now that is a view. I know once
Yes.
a year there's an event called Sunset Sips, and they do that.
Mhm.
And so to be able to have that, and you'll have the band playing as well.
Yes,
or was
the
it
jazz
the
band.
jazz band was playing?
Yes. Yeah.
They're so talented.
They're phenomenal, and JT Harrell and his staff do a fantastic job.
the
And,
Gadsden Police Department helped us out with all
Yeah.
of that. Also, we have an MOU with Gadsden Police Department.
Yes.
So
So
they
for
helped
those
us
who
out,
might not
so.
know what an MOU is,
Memorandum of Understanding.
there we go.
Yeah. So we have an MOU, memorandum of understanding with the city of Gadsden. We're able to collaborate with them and work with them on a lot of projects, training, resources. We have 3 campuses in the city limits of Gadsden, with Wallace, East Broad, and Valley. So there's a lot of times that we work together on things. We've got the sports spark back there that's growing, and a lot of people come to that. And so there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts with that, and they've been great. The mayor of Gadsden, Mayor Ford, has been awesome to deal with. He's been a huge support in Gadsden State. So we appreciate every resource that he's been giving us, that we're able to work together with him.
That's wonderful. It's so important for the community to have something like Gadsden State, and to
Yes.
bring people here to the community, to show them what all opportunities there are, and maybe even go to school, and maybe even stay in the Etowah, Calhoun areas, because there's a lot of opportunity here.
There is.
It's definitely on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're working to. We've got a lot of big players working to push things forward with Gadsden. So you can tell that it's kind of been stagnant for a while, and you can tell that now people are really. You got the main people that are really coming together, working together to get it to the next level now. So
There's a lot of excitement.
it's cool to see.
Yes.
It's cool to
Yeah,
see.
and you saw that. Do you know how many people turned out yesterday for the ribbon cutting?
I'm gonna say there's probably upwards of 300.
What's the?
I
It
would
looks
say.
like it.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
There was a lot. I will say the AMC, it's got the parking lot in front, and it was full.
Yeah.
People standing there and watching that unfold. So that was great to see that turn out.
That's wonderful. And that does have a lot of logistics on your
Yes.
side of things with public safety and making
Yes.
sure parking and that everyone
Yes.
is safe, with a lot of traffic going on and a lot of pedestrian movement.
Yes.
So
Yes. And Sergeant Harden will tell you there's a lot of events at Gadsden State and all our campuses.
Yeah.
And Sergeant Harden being over the operational side of things at Gadsden State, he coordinates a lot of the schedule, a lot of the training, a lot of the event planning. So he's a busy guy.
busy guy. Do you love your job?
I do. I love my job.
Yeah. Well, tell us about your background and what led you to being part of the Gadsden State Police Department.
Well, I've been in law enforcement for 13 years. Started off at the Etowah Police Department for my first several years. Then made the transition over to Southside, where I met Jay. I'd actually never even met him before, and he's a salesman. He called me up one day and saying, "Hey man, I just want you to come talk to us and whatnot." And I guess I heard some good things about you and whatnot. So I ended up going out there and talking to him. I think I was on a side job, cutting brush or something that day, somewhere in Southside.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I'm actually in town right now." And he said, "It don't matter. You don't care what you look like. Just come on over here." Then they were to have a formal interview, and they ended up talking me into it. I don't know how they did.
Are you glad he did?
I'm glad he did.
Okay.
We had some good times at Southside and whatnot. And then we went to investigations with Jay, and then later on went to the FBI's Violent Crime Task Force, and I was assigned full time to it, covering 13 counties with it. And then he got the chief's job. And I said, "What are you doing, man?" And he said, "I need you to come with me. Please, I need you with me." So all right. Let's build it up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I would say this, with Colton coming over and the officers that were there when we got there, and then the officers that we've been able to add, any good team has got really good inner workings. And we've been blessed to have really good officers, and our team is fantastic, and they do a fantastic job, and I'm so excited moving forward that I know that they're going to continue to expand and continue to be a huge asset to Gadsden State and our communities.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
For sure. How many people do you have on the team altogether?
So we've got 11 sworn. Now that's including part-time and full-time. We've only got 4 full-time. Yeah. Now we have 8 public safety officers. One of those is part-time. We have a clerk, and then we have a male clerk. So we have actually 21 total employees under us. So yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What are some of the primary challenges of the public safety department, the police department?
Well, I think anytime, you're starting something from ground zero, basically. And I say that from a law enforcement standpoint because, like I said, public safety was there. They've done a phenomenal job. They've built lots of relationships there before I got there. They've continued those relationships, and that kind of paved the way. So I feel like for us to come in and kind of up, some things, training, among other things. And I think, you're always going to have challenges when you start something from the ground up. There's always going to be equipment challenges. There's always going to be, are you finding the right people for these jobs? Because, like we said, Gadsden State is a huge asset to our community, and you just want to make sure you hire the right people in there that can be a part of Gadsden State, grow with Gadsden State. You have all these events, obviously the students are number one. That's why we're there. We're there to protect the students. So you want to make sure you hire the right people that have the same values as you do, because our students are number one. And so that's the first thing I tell them when we interview somebody or talk to somebody. The students is my number one priority, and I want to make sure they're taken care of. I want to be able to look these parents in the eye and say, "Hey, we're going to take care of your students at Gadsden State."
Oh, wow. There's so much comfort in that.
Yes.
Well, we have so many more things to talk about. We need to go check in with your local news and area weather. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.